Uh, okay, so here we are. This is Ankit again. We are in Philippines, and this is Mindoro Island. And from Calaban City, it's about 30 minutes of a ride in a tricycle, and there we arrive to the organic farm of Mr. Jonjon. I've already spent one night here and had some very good conversations with Mr. Jonjon, and I'm going to introduce Mr. Jonjon to you. So have a look.
Okay.
Mr. Jonjon. Hello, this is Mr. Jonjon.
So, yeah, good day and welcome to my small farm.
Okay.
This farm is an organic farm.
Okay.
We call this farm as a school for practical agriculture, especially for young people. You see there's a river and we cross this bridge, and when we get there, we tell you the story of the farm. You are here now in the Kuatro Marias Farm, you see?
Kuatro Marias.
Kuatro Marias Farm. No?
Okay.
This is ATI Learning Sites, the Agricultural Training Institute. This is my farm component. So this is the principle, what I'm practicing. I have the 7 dimension. The first is the ecologically sound.
Okay.
Ecological. My practice here is ecologically sound practice. No chemicals.
Okay.
Actually, no chemicals. We work in partnership with nature.
What do
So-
you mean by when you say partnership with nature?
So partnership with nature, something like you can just continue the web of life.
What is the web of
The
life?
web of life in the creation, no? The work with the insect, plants, sun, water, and the farmer.
Yeah.
So without cutting the web of life, just like the spider, you know the spider? There are 2 roles in the spider, for food production and for defense of his life.
Hmm.
That's what we are practicing here. That's why when you are using chemical, you cut this web of life. So
Okay.
you cut all the connections. In this farm, I just make partnership with frogs, with insects, with the sun,
Okay.
with the rain, with the soil, so and so on and so forth. There's a partnership. Partnership means you are part. No, you are part in a one ship. No? We are in the one ship. We are in the one word.
Okay.
And the ER there, ER.
Yeah.
That is the ecological responsibility in the ship. As a seeds conservationist, I make it sure that the seeds is a free access to all. No, that's the way. And also my pricing. No, when I do some business and farming, my price is just price. No, as a fair trade, you can have organic rice for 35 pesos. No, and even farm worker can access the right price, the just price for organic rice based on holistic science.
Hmm.
We are not only looking at the physical or material qualities of the plants. You see this area, we call that super macro. The role of sun, water, air, starch, and among others. The kinetic energy.
Wow.
No? The quantum science. We talk on that. It's not very complicated because in the traditional agriculture, our traditional farmers, they always look at the stars. No? They consider the moon in planting. But now in the chemical farming, there's nothing. Huh? And especially the macro lens. Macro lens is the human intervention. What will you do when the sun is there and the heavy rains is there? So you put nursery, you put mulching. That is macro lens, the human technological intervention. And the third area is the micro, the role of microorganism.
Right.
Yeah. So the role of soils, the role of living creatures in the soil. So I combine all them. I practice a multi-dimensional farming.
Wow.
Now when I plant root crops, I just look at the stars, no, and look in my macro technology and feeding my microorganism. So that's the balance. We call that based on the holistic science. I think whole as a whole science, and holy, it's a holy because before the man, the planted are the plants are campers and the insects, and they are campers before us. No? And the end of the day, if you invest 100 pesos, I think bigger profit for the farmers. It's a balanced development, mind, body, and spirit. So that's we call that total human development. A farmer development. In chemical farming, no. It's only economic, and profit. The health of the farmer is deteriorating. The capacity of farmer to analyze is deteriorating. And other among things. That is not development. That is the development of the multinational companies for seeds. That is the development for the chemical companies, and so on and so forth. It's my
Pig.
My pig. Huh? You see? If the other people notice, you notice there's no bad odor. And it makes 40 bags of organic fertilizer, the substrate. No? The beddings is all organic fertilizers.
Mm-hmm.
No? And then I harvest it and then put in this area. This is a Burmy worms. No? A lot of worms, but actually it's okay. So all the materials, no?
Are these worms?
Yeah, they make fertilizers. The finished product is something like this. This worm are my partners, and
Are your partners?
yeah, my partners actually. They work for me for free, 24/7. This fish pond is a model for integrated farming for fish culture.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see we have root crops.
Root crops.
We
You
did,
mean
these are root crops, yes. We try to put root crops
okay.
in there. We just cut and then make a hole and then put this. And then after 6 months, it's getting bigger. But this model is how to maximize lands. This is only for 100 square meter. No?
Okay.
And I put 500 fingerlings in this area. So in my computation, I can earn much more than 26,000 in the first cycle, 6 months.
So do the other farmers have this knowledge which you do?
Yeah, there are some, but you know, because of monocropping.
Monocropping.
Monocrop is just they planted one crop per season. So we are advocating and we try to see this model, and then some people are, there's a lot of people also adopting this kind of technology. This is a wastewater from household. So before I release the water to the farm, it cleans the water. So and if this water lily, a lot of water lily there, I harvest it already also, and dry it and mix in the feeds for fish.
Oh.
You just dry it and then grind it, put some rice bran and molasses, and then back to the water again. The space. I have plants here, a flowering plant and also a herbal plant. And side by side, you can have a computation, and also at the top, and the root crops at the
Bottom.
So maximization of space is actually a farm design, a farmscaping technology.
So you are like an architect also.
You know, agriculture is a multi-discipline. You do some engineering works, architectural works, and even medical doctor works, because you have a lot of herbs here. So this is a sweet tamarind. You can just take the young leaves and eat.
So you are a doctor also.
Right, yeah. This is a lemongrass. This is a herb, lemongrass. So salad. This is also for, I'm also a culinary expert. I'm an expert. This is a blue tarnate.
Okay.
You taste yesterday the rice cake?
Yes.
Yeah, I put 1 petals in the rice cake, and then it's color your rice cake. It's become blue.
Wow.
And even this is a natural food
Color.
And this is my technology in purple yam production.
What is this?
A purple yam, it's a root crops actually.
Okay.
In 1 square foot, square meter. No, it's not a square meter.
Hmm.
My target harvest is 45 kilos. Because I put a lot of organic fertilizer.
Hmm.
One hill, no, it can produce 5, minimum of 5 kilos. So, 5 times 9 hills and 1 meter, you earn 45 kilos. 45 kilos times 30 pesos. So, that's the economic. I plant flowers, no, for not to use insecticides.
Okay.
Flowers, this has a very good smell, and also a lot of different flowers to attract beneficial
Insects.
The smell of the dill is not good for the rice insects. I plant this not to use
Chemicals.
So this is my partner in pest management. You see? Partnership in nature. This is a zero input from commercial market like pesticides and other.
So
I just use vermicast.
So this is the red rice which we ate yesterday?
Yeah,
This
the
is
red rice you eat.
so
is
delicious.
here. So I don't bother if there are grasses everywhere. So it's part of the creation. So go and multiply. I just manage it. I collect this for my chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, because chicken loves grass seeds. If you take a look, so my farm is just like it's a farmscaping, and to put different function. There's a function for protein for my goat. This is for the banana, for the vitamins and minerals. This is a carbo function. For the fish pond is the protein function. For the trees is the energy function. For recycling energy, not to buy LPG or always buy LPG. You use firewood for food preparation. So diversified farming is only diversification of plant, also diversification of function. In diversified farming, if you do some mathematics, it's just something like 1 plus 1 equals 3. No?
Why do you say that?
The 1 plus 1 equals 3 is something like complementation. No? Complementation of synergy of all things in farming. So, rice plus pig is organic fertilizer. So, you add manure, you add pig, and the rice straw equals fertilizer for the other plants. So 1 plus 1 equals 3, and even 1 plus 1 equals 4. Wow. So that's the economics and the beautiful things in diversified and integrated farming, especially in organic. That's a jackfruit that is intended for windbreaks.
Okay.
No? And also this trees is intended for the windbreaks to protect my plant, because in the issue of climate change, there's a lot of storm visiting our province, 24 storm in a year.
Typhoons.
So strong typhoon. So I need to protect my plants. So I put windbreaks all over.
That's nice.
So just we call that management, climate adaptation. So if I lose my rice, I have root crops. So if the root crops not work, I have banana. So it can save you, the nutritional requirement of your family, especially food. Okay, what is the difference between integrated farming and conventional farming? There's a lot of living things here rather than this part. You see there's a lot of birds, so they're coming because they saw, or these are their haven. So you are ready.
Yes, how to harvest?
How to harvest.
I have no idea.
You ate rice this morning?
Yes.
And the evening?
Yes.
So this is the one of the process how to make it rice.
Okay.
So when we planted this, after 4 months, 3 months, 4 months, we gathered all the grains.
Okay.
So it's manually. You make this try to collect all the,
Okay.
no? And then food.
Okay.
Okay? And then, if you want, hill by hill.
Okay.
This is like this one, and then this one. And then grab seeds so that they cannot lose,
Fall.
no? They cannot fall. So grab, and then one hill per hill, and then harvest it. Then, and then grab it, and then put this. There, okay?
Okay.
Try
Next.
again.
Try again.
One hill. Okay. Yes, nice. Good. Okay, good.
So, how many rice grains can grow with one rice?
This is a rice panicle.
Okay.
Each panicle it contains 150 to 300 seeds.
Okay.
300 grains. So if you have 32 times 200, so that's it. Now in my farm, it's at 8,000 per the one grain can produce 8,000 grains.
So just not wasted.
Yeah, not wasted. So it's not wasted. And you can it grow. It's a lot of time and a lot of energy. You dig the soil. It's very hot during land preparation and during harvest time. And this afternoon, you collect all this and do some threshing and then dry it again and go to the rice mill. So that's the value chain of rice. So don't waste ever a single grain of rice. It's very expensive to grow rice. Okay?
Okay, so now we are in the farm. We're going to check how we process the rice after harvesting it. So let's go see how we do it.
Ah, ready.
Yeah, first we have to pick it up.
Close to your body. Close to your body. Yes. Farming is hard working. You invest all your efforts to do farming, but in a manner that you are happy because you understand the role of farming. The role of farming is to produce safe, healthy, and sustainable food for all. No, for all.
Not just for
only
people.
for people.
Okay.
When we plant seeds like this, no, this is plamengia, nitrogen fixing plant. No? This is feed plant feed for animal. No? Food for animal. So when we plant seeds like this, no, we are not only planting seeds for food. We are planting seeds for culture and for soul.
Wow.
That's the intention of this farm, to teach young people to appreciate agriculture. Back to agriculture, you young people, because you are the future. And the next 20 years, so if you do not go back into agroecological farming system, what is our future? In the early days of the young people, to understand farm, understand seeds, they practically understand soil and the environment. So this is the seeds. I hope the seeds maybe I planted in your heart also.
Oh, thank you so much.